am putting the finishing touches together for my first Dear Purposeful Woman workshop. So let's get to it.
It's kind of like a grazing, self-serve, make your own situation. I've got responsibility. In the proposal, in the budget, I put a cost for.
Sometimes self-protection can actually hinder us from moving forward and making progress. Hey guys, I hope that you're all doing wonderful. We're gonna spend a couple days with me. It is a Thursday and I'm getting ready to go to my co-working space to get some work done. I am putting the finishing touches together for my first Dear Purposeful Woman workshop. It has finally come together, so I know what the topic is. So I'm writing the copy and I'm like mapping out how the workshop is going to go, and then I will be sending that out next week. So by the time this goes live, I think my workshop will probably go live in a few days after that. So, you know, like I was a little worried at first because I felt like it was taking me forever. But then I realized this is going to be the first workshop of many. I think because I haven't done one for so long, I kind of have been overthinking the process and just putting all these expectations on myself. And then I realized the only two things I need when I'm doing this workshop is the Holy Spirit and a willing heart. So I just have to do the prep work. But during the workshop, every workshop that has truly made a difference really had nothing to do with me. The only thing that I had to do was map out the workshop, have a theme, have a topic, create a space for women to come together, and really God did the rest. So that's really the perspective that I'm going into this again, releasing the pressure from myself and knowing that it's all going to come together. So I definitely feel a lot better about the workshop, and I just can't wait to get myself back into the flow of Dear Purposeful Woman. So I'll be taking you guys along the ride with me. Another thing, so we have a little project that's in motion. I am ready to redecorate my office because even though I will be working from my co-working space, I do want a space that I can just work from when I am home. And right now it's just in shambles. So I'm gonna be showing you guys that later on today. And I've been looking at paint colors as a start and just really like getting some ideas together for how I want it to be. So yeah, so let's spend the next couple of days together. I need to get my bag and then we're off. I just remembered I actually have to go to Target to bring back these pillows. I am in the process of still like decorating our bedroom, and it has been a whole process trying to find the right decorative pillows for our bed. And I thought that these would work as a base, but it just looks too white. So I want to add a little pop of color. So I'm going to bring these back too. Okay, so I got my lunch. I'm gonna head to my co-working space now. All right, let's go. All right, so I just made it. So what I decided I'm gonna do 2 hours Dear Purposeful Woman. Then I'm gonna do a 1 hour walk on the Beltline. And then I'm gonna do 2 hours client work and then head home to cook dinner. So yes, all right, let's go. So I had such a good work session. I'm about to go for my walk. I'm actually gonna call my friend and we're gonna have a catch up and do my walk. So I'm really trying to do a better job at keeping fit. It's like an ongoing struggle, but if I can at least do a 1 hour walk, then that will make a difference. It was much needed, and now I'm gonna get some client work done. So I'm probably gonna spend the next couple of hours doing that. So for my Dear Purposeful Woman workshop, I'm like 95% done. So I'm gonna reread the content tomorrow and make sure that it's good to go, and draft the emails that I'll be sending to the Dear Purposeful Woman community, and then I'll be going from there. So I'm still catching my breath from my walk, but yeah, so let's get to it. And that's a wrap. Just finished my work session, and I had one of the most productive days, and I realized the reason why it was so productive was because I'm giving myself the time that I need to do things right. Hold on. So something that I've noticed about myself is whenever I am nervous about doing something, sometimes I feel like I need to just like jump off the bridge. I need to take that big leap of faith and get it done, which is fine because obviously you have to challenge yourself to stretch and to grow. But what we sometimes do is we put so much on our plate that it becomes so overwhelming that you end up just running away from the process rather than breaking down the steps and creating a plan where you can take one step at a time. So today was a really productive day, but it wasn't overwhelming because I knew what the purpose of today was. Today's purpose was to finish refining the content for my workshop. Plus I know that tomorrow morning I'm going to go back to the content, have another look at it, make any additional changes before I finalize it, rather than saying, hey, I need to create all the content and get it all up on my website today. It doesn't give me the time and space that I need to really create something that I know is going to make a difference. And on top of that, I had time to do my client work, and I had a very clear focus for my day. I had some writing projects to do, and then I'm also going to go back to it tomorrow morning to proofread and to refine all the work that I'm doing with my clients. So I think it's really about managing your own expectations as well, and knowing that if you don't get everything done in one day, it's okay. Do you know the best way that you work? Really pay attention to how you work best. I know for me, I'm just giving myself the grace and the space to really understand what works for me in this season, but also making sure that I'm being disciplined and that I'm not just like running away from things when they're hard. So I'm about to go to the farmer's market because I actually want to get some fruits and vegetables. I need to get back to my juicing. I'm actually going to call my mum for the drive. But yeah, so that's my little check-in. So that was quick and painless. I'm about to head home, and I'm going to cook butter chicken and rice. Love fluffy rice. So I'm cooking dinner. I'm nearly done making some butter chicken and rice. I think I already told you guys that, but so I'm so excited to watch Abbott Elementary series. Season 3 just started yesterday, and like that's just like one of my favorite shows. So I'm excited to watch that. it's another day. I'm about to head to a meetup that I have for it's a retreat that's going to be taking place in a few months, and I'm going to be leading some writing workshops. So I'm going to meet everyone else who's going to be doing workshops and just who's going to be a part of the retreat. So we're going to head over to Midtown, and yeah, so come along with me. So I actually just decided to put a chain on since I'm wearing smaller earrings. I think this adds a little something. So all right, let's go.
In the proposal, in the budget, I put a cost for the tote bag. So with the tote bag, I did something very heavy, and it's just like, you know, it's time to do something lighter. So it's kind of like a grazing, self-serve, make your own situation. I've got croissants.
Hey love, so I am done for the day. I'm back in my car. I finished my work session. I had to just wrap up some client work, and I also had my meeting. Like, I got to meet all the ladies who are going to also be leading different workshops and sessions at the retreat that I'm going to be doing my Write Your Way Through It workshop. So it was just really encouraging and inspirational to see so many other women who are being courageous, who are using their gifts to make a difference and to glorify God. It just encouraged me to keep on going. So I'm going to be preparing for those workshops, as well as preparing to do my first virtual Dear Purposeful Woman workshop next month. And there are moments that I'm afraid, where I'm nervous and I'm doubting myself, but I'm learning to keep speaking back to that voice, because I know it's not real. Like, I know that I'm supposed to be doing this, so I'm gonna do it. And I really hope that me sharing these moments of my journey is encouraging you to do what you know you're supposed to be doing, because I know it can be scary sometimes. I know you can feel paralyzed sometimes. Like, I am definitely doing it day by day. Like, I'm taking the steps day by day. I'm trusting God day by day, because it is hard sometimes, but at the same time, I don't want to live any other life than the life that I know I'm created for. So yes, that's what's going on over here. Like, I was meant to declutter my office because I want to get it ready to be painted. I really want to get it painted within the next couple of weeks. I'm probably going to share that process in my next vlog. Like, I might just do like a dedicated vlog to like redecorating my creative space. But yeah, so today was a good day, because last night I sent out my client invoices, and I sent out some more this morning, and all my clients have already paid me. Like, it's been less than 24 hours. And it also reminded me of the power of using what you have in your hands. For the longest time, I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to be a marketing consultant and to work with different organizations and corporations and non-profits, and to be flexible where I could make a good living but also use my time to be creative and to write. And I dreamed about this for so long, and to just see past 4 years, God has really been faithful in allowing me to do the work that I do. It's just continuing to blow my mind, because for me, I know I have made a lot of excuses over the years, and I've talked myself out of doing things I know I should be doing. And now I just am paying more attention to the blessings, and I'm like, God is blessing you in these areas because you have work to do for Him. It's not about you. It's not just, this is not in vain. You have the time you have for a reason. Use it wisely. Don't waste it, because you don't know how long you have on this earth. And so I'm just really grateful for that. Sometimes it's an interesting space to be when you have so many different passions and interests. So with me being a marketing professional, that is what I studied for, and I always kind of knew I wanted to be in the TV production, media, marketing field. And I have been in this field for 10 plus years now. Well, I started at 18. I had my first internship with the BBC at 18, and from there I've been in marketing in different positions. But it's like sometimes I have spoken about that tug of war where it's between, okay, if I could do one thing, I would just write books and that would be it. But I'm not there yet, and that's okay. So what I'm doing in this season, I'm gonna be grateful for the opportunity to make a living using my skill set while also growing and expanding in the areas that I know I'm being called to. One thing that I've learned is not to worship your way of making money, not to depend solely on it. So with me using my marketing skills to make a living, I see it more as an opportunity to now use additional time I have to work on Dear Purposeful Woman and to write more and to do those things. So I'm just being present. I'm being present in where I am, and I'm just pacing myself, releasing the pressure. But there was actually a few more things I wanted to share with you, because I've been journaling a lot and writing more, and a few things that I am like really being intentional about is, the first thing is I am challenging my inner voice, because I know my inner voice wants to protect me many times. It's trying to be like, oh Shandice, like don't take that risk, or like don't do this because X, Y, and Z may happen based on what's happened before. And sometimes self-protection can actually hinder us from moving forward and making progress. So really pay attention to your inner voice, to your inner narrative, and really be intentional about speaking back when it doesn't align with what God has spoken to you. The second thing is I'm not trying to prove my worth. Sometimes I like doubt myself. Like, for example, me being invited to lead these workshops at this retreat, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is a big thing. It's going to be a really big thing. And like I have those moments where I'm just like, little old me is going to be leading workshops, and I start doubting and I start thinking of why I'm not the one to do it, or like thinking I'm going to let them down, or I'm not going to do a good job, or I'm not good enough. So I have to stop, I have to breathe, and I have to recenter myself and remind myself that this is bigger than me, that yes, I am not perfect. Yes, I'm still figuring a lot out, and it isn't about me being worthy. This is an assignment that I'm on, and I just have to do the best that I can do with it. My worth is so much more than the exterior. It's so much more than like my fears and my doubts. Like I have to remember that I'm a child of God. Like I have to remember that every encounter that I have had has been a divine encounter. Like I don't even, so much of what is happening, I can't even begin to understand. So I know that it's bigger than me, and I've prayed and I've been making sure to discern what decisions that I should be making when opportunities come my way. One thing I learned in a church sermon about 10 years or so ago was every opportunity isn't golden. So knowing what opportunities are for me and knowing when to say no. So I've been really paying attention to that. The next thing is I'm going to stop beating up myself for making mistakes. I made a mistake in a client proposal that I had created a couple weeks ago, and this is the first time that this has happened in all the years that I've been in business. This was such a silly mistake, and I just felt like crap. And my husband was like, Shandice, you are human. Like they understand that it wasn't intentional, that you were able to correct it. Like chill out, it's okay to make mistakes. This mistake doesn't define you. So I have to really be a little bit more kinder to myself. I've been saying to myself, like, Shandice, be nice to yourself. Don't just be kind to yourself, be nice to yourself. And it isn't about abusing the fact that we're human, but it's about understanding that you need grace too. And then the last thing, well, not really the last thing, I guess this is more the first thing, is making sure that I'm being led by the Holy Spirit in all that I'm doing, especially when it comes to my Dear Purposeful Woman workshops. That's something that my mom always says to me, and I really do hold that close to my heart. She's like, Shandice, once you're being led by the Holy Spirit, everything's going to be okay. So I'm just making sure to do my part in connecting deeper with God, learning, growing, healing, and doing my work, so that when I'm doing workshops with women and I'm connecting with women and creating this community, it's based on something that is real. Like, this isn't just a facade, this is real because I'm living it too, you know? So that's what's happening in my world. I really hope that you all enjoy this time with me. As always, you know I love you guys. So I'm gonna make my way home. I'm going to have a relaxed weekend. I'm just excited to chill and take it easy. But yeah, so I'll see you all in my next one. I don't know if Sundays is going to remain my posting day. It's just making sense for me because I get to like do all my editing on a Saturday morning, opposed to through the week when I have like work to do. So I'm still kind of figuring that out. It might shift to like a Monday or Tuesday, we'll see. But like, I hope that you enjoy this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Take care.